Well, the more things change, the more they stay the same. As Steph Curry and company strided into Los Angeles, 1.5-point dogs in a massive showdown with the Lakers in a game with monumental playoff seeding stakes out in the wild, wild west. And I do mean wild, as we are down to the final week and a half of this NBA regular season, with most teams being down to around 6 games or less to play, while the 6 teams located currently in the 3 through 8 seeds out west are all separated by just 2 games in the loss column. The Oklahoma City Thunder's 1 seed and the Houston Rockets' 2 seed are out of play at this time, but it seems as if any team can finish anywhere between 3 through 8 at this point.
And listen, we put ourselves in a position where we can, move up at times, or say where we at, or if we don't take care of business, it's gonna go down. I mean, it's bunched up like you just said. So every game matters.
With the biggest carrot being dangled in front of all of them being the 3 seed.
Well, you're going to win. I mean, at the end of the day, you want to win every game.
AKA getting away from the Thunder until the last possible moment you have to play them, namely the Western Conference Finals. The teams with the best look at it right now are the Denver Nuggets, the Golden State Warriors, and the LA Lakers, with the 2 teams that miss it of those 3 likely to fall into the 4-5 line, and therefore having the displeasure of playing one another in the first round, and after a very hard fought first round series, then being forced into that second round matchup with OKC. And at the start of this night, it seemed as if the LA Lakers had the advantage in getting that most sought after 3 seed line, as they had a 1.5 game lead on both Denver and Golden State. And well, they had the Warriors at home to put even more distance there, but Steph Curry just maintained his dominance over LeBron in what has been a pretty one-sided affair over the last, roughly decade or so.
It's always a challenging time you play Golden State. It's been like that for the last over a decade. So probably since like 2014, when they really started to get it going. So
sure, these two have a nearly 500 record against each other in the regular season and playoffs combined, that is, with Curry sporting a 29-26 advantage over this self-proclaimed king. But of course, when it really mattered, Curry seemed to almost always come out on top. Now, sure, there was that pesky little Curry choke job, up 3-1 in the 2016 NBA Finals as a unanimous MVP with a 73-win regular season team when LeBron and Kyrie Irving came storming back on the massive Kyrie game-winning, series-clinching 3-pointer in Game 7 at the Oracle, a shot that made LeBron the GOAT in his mind.
That one right there made me the greatest player of all time.
But even with that series included, Curry is still sporting a rather dominant 3-1 record against James head-to-head in the NBA Finals. Yes, the 2 preeminent stars of the 2010s met 4 times in the finals during that decade, with Curry coming out on top 3 times out of 4. And it just seems as if Curry always gets the better of these games when it really matters, such as tonight's contest.
Which obviously Steph does if Steph does, but, too many second chance points. Couldn't get over that hump, like you said.
He was massive again a few games after he needed to take a few off for rest.
He's tired, so we got to get him. We got to get him some rest. You can see it. He doesn't have his energy right now.
He has looked rather rested the last 2 games now, dropping 52 just 2 days ago against the Grizzlies and chasing that one up tonight on the road in LA with a game-high 37 points to outdo LeBron.
We just missed. Sometimes it's a make-or-miss league. We was getting some really good looks. We just weren't able to make at that point in time, and they were able to make, and that's how they was able to build up that 13-point lead at half.
Both of these teams have been on a meteoric ascent since two massive deals at the trade deadline about 2 months ago exactly. Of course, the Lakers getting an all-time haul of generational 26-year-old Luka Doncic with one of the most shocking, unforeseen, and lopsided deals in NBA history.
It's a gift. We're talking about a 25-year-old that is top 3 player in the universe.
While the Warriors very quietly made a deal for Jimmy Butler, who was screaming from the top of mountains for a trade out of Miami for weeks leading into the deadline, begging everyone outside of Santa Claus for a trade to help him relocate his joy.
What do I want to see happen? I want to see me get my joy back from playing basketball.
Can you get your joy back here on the court?
Probably not.
The actual move, when it was made by Golden State, though, was fairly overlooked, especially in the context of the earth-shattering Doncic deal, which broke first.
I was almost asleep, so when I got a call, I had to check it was April 1st. I didn't really believe it at first. And it was a bit shocked.
And while the Lakers have been outstanding with Luka in the lineup, it is undeniable that the Warriors have been even better. They're arguably, in fact, the best team in the entire league outside of Oklahoma City, with Golden State sporting a gaudy 20-4 record in games that Jimmy Butler has played since the trade was made, while they now move to 13-0 in games they have used the starting lineup, which was featured tonight in Los Angeles. And now it is Golden State, who all of a sudden, out of nowhere, have a very good look at that highly coveted 3 seed, with their remaining schedule really opening up once they clear a back-to-back tomorrow night in San Francisco against none other than the Nuggets, who are reeling themselves as of late. The Warriors can actually do this, get all the way to the 3. They were just 25-26 and tied for the 10th seed, the final play-in spot that is, when they made the Butler move out of desperation. And of the teams that have a look at this 3, being principally those Lakers, Warriors, and Nuggets, the team that gets it, well, it isn't hard to envision a deep playoff run to the Western Conference Finals, while again, the remaining 2 teams likely will play each other. So I ask you, how does a Lakers-Warriors or Nuggets-Lakers first-round series grab you? Because that is the very direction we are now heading in, depending on the outcome tomorrow night, of course, in Golden State. It seems as if the self-proclaimed GOAT will be heading into the teeth of a first-round showdown with one player that has owned him thoroughly throughout his career, though he does now have the best teammate of either of these other stars. But again, the more things change, the more they stay the same.